something went on here, something went on there.
This time on TNT.
Jeremy's top 5 speedboat jams.
We hear your crazy childhood games.
And for some reason, we talk about chocolate hipsters. Stay tuned, it'll all make sense. Coming up right now on TNT.
Here we are, 42. Jackie
It's
Robinson.
the Bozy episode.
Jackie Robinson.
I went Tyler Bozak.
Tyler Bozak. I'm going better, I think. A little bit.
I think you are too.
Yeah, I'd say. Nobody can have that number anymore to Tyler Bozak.
Yeah. I think, when are they going to raise that
Mariano
number to
Rivera,
the
like,
rafters?
got the grandfathered in clause because he got it in, but that's it. Nobody gets 42.
No more 42s.
In baseball, so they should do it in all sports. But yes.
It was a sad moment when I realized why Crosby was 87. Oh my gosh, that's the year he was born.
Oh, yeah.
And is that why McDavid is 97? No. Yes.
It is, right?
Oh my gosh. What were you doing in 97? I have clothing from 97 on.
I had those shorts that I had.
Yeah, those late 90s shorts. They're the same age as Connor McDavid.
Yeah, Connor, I remember I was 22 and on tour. I was, I remember it well.
I remember it well, too.
97, geez. Holy boats, that seems like 1,000 years ago, too.
And yet not. It's weird.
So what have you been doing, bud?
Well, I was away, but I'm home, so don't rob my house.
Yeah.
My wife and I drove down to northern Massachusetts to pick up a horse.
That's classic.
And on Friday, we left with the girls, and we were going to make a weekend of it and swim in a pool and do all that fun family stuff. And then the front right wheel of our truck, 5 of the 8 lug nuts blew off, bud.
What's up? Didn't that happen in L.A.? Big explosion?
Yeah. Well, we blew a tire. So on this trip, 5 of 8 lug nuts got sheared off, and there was a lot of vibration in the front end, so we pulled over. So it was Carol and I, our 2 girls, and a horse trailer.
Wow.
The truck is a dually, so it's a big truck, and not just any tow truck can tow it. Not just any tow truck can tow small children.
Yeah.
Not just any tow truck can tow a big truck with small children and a horse trailer, and we were in the middle of nowhere. Whoa. The only evidence I had to figure out where we were is there was a big billboard that said homemade ice cream just around the corner. And in the ditch, there was bear poo.
Oh.
So I was like, did the Bears, is this a ruse? The Bears made this billboard to trick people to walk around the corner so they could ambush them?
Yeah.
Because we're in the middle of nowhere in New Brunswick. So we walked up the off-ramp, went around the corner, and it said, if the flag's out, the ice cream store is open. There was no flag. Oh. So we walked back to the truck. Here's a bot of the week.
Oh.
We call CAA. CAA tees us up with a Ralph's Towing. Ralph is a bot. Probably 70-ish, just kind of retired, but his son took over the shop, and now Ralph tows for him. So Ralph takes us. He brought the family towing rig, took the dually on the truck, called his son to come get the horse trailer. He's like, here's what we're going to do. We're going to fix your dually, we're going to store your horse trailer, and we're going to give you a car to get home tonight. Because we ended up just driving back to Nova Scotia and hitting the reset button and leaving again with a different truck the next morning.
What a bod.
So Ralph, what a bud.
Very nice.
What a bud. Really, really just a cool guy. Long story short, though it's much too late, we're home safe. The horse was worth it. And it just seems like, don't get me wrong, blessed beyond belief, could always be worse. Could always be worse. Like, what if the horse was in the trailer? What if the wheel had come off?
Yep.
I'm the first to remember all of the ways in which I'm luckier than anyone I've ever met. But it does seem like we're a little bit jinxed. And when I say we, I mean me.
So what does this mean now? You have to go back?
Well, yeah, the dually's in, I think I'm pronouncing it right, Apalachee, New Brunswick. And so they're fixing the wheel, but they had to send out for lug nuts. And then I'll have to make a trip back up.
Do you think that those people know how to fix an air turbine?
Yeah, for sure. Oh, I think Ralph could fix anything. And Ralph said, I said, what do you like about your job? And he said, the people I meet are unreal. They're just beautiful. It's unreal.
They're unreal.
He's a good dude. Talking about how unreal the people were.
Oh,
This is
good.
so Ralph had a tow truck that had 600,000 miles on it. And he decided that he and the truck were going to retire together when it hit 700,000 miles. But at 615,000 miles, the truck blew up and burnt. So he said, well, I guess that's a sign. It's time for me to retire. So he sold the shop to Kev, his son. And then Kev bought a 2015 International and drove it into the yard and said, what do you think of that truck, Dad? And Ralph said, well, it's not a bad truck, I guess. And Kevin threw him the keys and said, well, go wear it out. So Ralph's burling around in a gorgeous new tow truck,
Just
helping folks all over the place.
what kind of people? Those are bods right there. Father
Okay,
and son
so-
bods.
If I'm telling the entire story,
Hang
the
on.
next day...
It's making a little noise.
I thought you were settling in,
Yeah.
because it's a long story.
I am.
The next day, Carol and I leave with the horse trailer. The girls decided they were going to stay with their grandparents, which was great. I ran out of gas on the 95.
No. How did you
Yeah.
do that?
I'm going to tell you something. It's a little inconvenient to stop to get gas when you have a horse trailer on the back.
Oh.
And
so you
you
figure,
just assume-
forget it? I'm not
I'll hit the next one, I'll hit the next one. But when you're towing a trailer like that, it goes down to a quarter, takes a long time to get down to a quarter, and then it just drains.
Yeah, no, we can talk about that. The feeling of like you just forget. It happens all the time. The light can go on, the bing can happen, and you just think, I'm gonna get that in 5 minutes, like the snooze. Next thing
But
you know,
here's the thing: like a tire coming off, that's above me mechanic wise. Running out of gas, there's really no excuse. That one's on me.
yeah,
I'll take that one. That's my mulligan.
especially when you're like looking, you're warned, and now that's the
But-
end of it.
Another bot of the week. We had to walk a mile and a half to a gas station. It was about 700 degrees out.
What?
They didn't have a gas can, and the teenage girl working behind the counter wasn't very interested in helping us. So we ended up buying 2 gallons of water, pouring out the water, filling those with gas. And I asked a guy on the way out of the store, do you know if there's a shortcut back to the highway? And he said, why? And I said, well, we ran out of gas. He was late for his 15-year-old granddaughter's birthday party, but he was like, hop in, I'll take you from here.
Classic, man. Just
So
take
Mike, another
care of
bot.
What's
I'm going to tell you something. Americans
up
are
with the
very
wa-
friendly.
I thought you were gonna say like, and then he said he was so thirsty, and he grabbed one of the bottles and chugged half of it, and then
Yeah.
yeah.
Bruno Gerussi styles. No, there was actually a young couple that drove us the last part of the way to the gas station, and then Mike drove us back to our car. But funnily enough, though Americans are very friendly, both of those people said, hop in. You're not going to kill me, are you?
Both of them.
And both of them. And I said, no, we're Canadian. We're just happy to be in your country. And they said, oh my God, well, hop in then.
There you go.
So the cliche about our reputation around the world is true, bud.
Yeah. Let it just bring on in the people, no problem. Hey, you wanna play top 5?
Yes, I do.
We have a good
I love this topic.
It's the top 5 speedboat jams. And
Perfect for summer.
those songs that you're playing when you're just ripping on the boat. But let me I actually
Sunglasses, bit of zinc on your nose.
I have a theme like for the actual top 5. Like,
Oh, sure. So I'll do the voiceover. You hit the theme, and I'll do the voiceover for it.
okay, here we go. 1, 2.
It's Jeremy Taggart's Top 5 Speedboat Jams. Brought to you in part by Ralph's Towing in Apahakri, New Brunswick. Jeremy,
Thanks, Jonathan.
Miami Vice.
We're going to be playing those songs when you're on a boat. And it's summertime and warm and fresh.
A Saggart boat.
Just ripping.
Do you know anybody that owns a Saggart boat?
A Saggart boat? No.
Saggart boat. You know, they're like 220 feet long,
Yeah,
and they're
oh,
about
and they-
8 inches high.
They go like 1,000 miles an hour.
Yeah. A Saggart boat.
You mean the ones that just show up at the end of 007 movies?
Yeah.
Always?
Mother, where'd I leave my Saggart boat? Bring me my Sagret boat!
Oh, yeah.
Do you know anyone that owns one?
I do, actually. But I've never been on that one, though, really, I don't think.
Sagret
But I know
boat.
people that have a few Sagrets. Different ports.
They're just burling through
I
a bunch
wonder-
of kids learning to sail on 10-foot
Wonder
lasers.
if you own more than one, like you call them, you got some darts, you're gonna get them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's really rich. He has a whole pack of Sagret boats.
So,
I don't think you're allowed to wear a shirt on a Sagret boat. Maybe a tank top.
yeah, this can be, just jams that you would have on, like, for example, Muskoka or something. I don't
Sure.
or Cole Harbor. Is that some nice cottage country out there?
Sort of. You could say Grand Lake.
Grand Lake.
You know what's interesting? You know the wooden cottage deck chairs with the wide arms and made of wood? We call them Adirondack chairs. You call them Muskoka chairs.
Yeah, and they're both the same.
But I'm curious to know if folks out west have is there a region that you name those chairs after
Like
out west?
Tofino chairs?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Salt Spring chairs.
Yep. I don't
They
know.
don't call them Muskoka chairs, I'll tell you that.
How about just mosquitoes chairs when you're in Manitoba?
Yeah.
Because they got the mosquitoes pretty good there.
Although we call them Nanaimo bars, it's not like we call them Summerside bars just because we're eating them out here.
But you
Maybe
don't
they do call
have
them Muskoka chairs.
you don't have anything like a Nanaimo bar in Sunnyside. Summerside. Why do I call it Sunnyside? Because it just slips off. Summerside is pretty.
Just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
What's the top 5 or number 5 speedboat jam?
Okay, number 5. Let's just say we're in Muskoka,
Yep.
and perhaps a couple of buddies.
Yep.
Maybe they're going to get beer for the weekend.
Sure. Yep.
And they're going to rip across Lake Joe.
Are they cousins of the Lindros family?
Sure.
Like their mom is a Lindros, so they're bummed out because they didn't get the last name, but they
Yeah.
dropped that name like a credit card wherever possible.
Yeah, they lived a few houses away from the Stavros cottage.
Sure.
Like that where Kelly Gruber used to go for the DL. When he'd do the ripping on the what do they call it when you're getting pulled behind the boat? Water skiing. He did a few rooster tails while he was on the DL for the Jays.
No.
Oh yeah.
He was getting up on one ski and collecting unemployment insurance.
Kelly Gruber is not playing this week. He's on the DL, and then this is Toronto Sun picture of Kelly Gruber just ripping a huge rooster tail.
He's on it. That's so greasy.
Totally.
What was he on the DL for? Stress?
Like an injured leg or something. Like,
No.
he should not have been on doing that.
And he's on an inflatable banana behind a Sagret boat?
No, he's ripping. He's just ripping on the water skis like on one.
Those inflatable bananas behind a Sagret boat, you'd be about 8 feet off the ground going 1,000 miles an hour.
But at least he's just riding it. But the fact that he's like, how hard water skiing is, and yet just doing like sick moves on him.
Hard on the legs. Your injured legs.
Oh, like he's been practicing all week. I just
Kelly.
started yesterday. Check this out.
The Groobs.
Okay, so
Okay, so your name's Tyler.
Tyler,
Yeah. My name's Luke.
you're Luke.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get some beer.
Hey, Tyler, open her up, bud.
Slow her up. We're ripping. We gotta get there quick. It's closes
Open her
in an
up,
hour.
bud. See what she'll do.
Oh, I'm gonna get banged up, man. Really ripped.
I'm already half banged up, bud. I might need a nap before the evening sesh.
Oh,
Bro, dude, did you see the girl in the Ocean Pacific tank top scoping me out?
always.
That was some
Always.
high quality road strange.
I'm gonna have a towel on at 7 o'clock. From 7 on, a towel.
A towel,
on.
what for?
Just easy access, man.
Oh, you're just wearing a towel? Sick.
Whew.
Hey, Tyler, can I ask you, it's kind of a weird question, but can I ask you something?
What's that?
How's your mom doing, like, since the divorce and, like, stuff like that?
Why do you got to talk about that right now, Luke?
Well, because I just want to say, like, she's never looked better, bud.
Okay.
No, I don't, seriously, no disrespect, but I just mean, like, she's obviously much happier, and you can see it when she's out by the pool and stuff.
Seriously, Luke, I'm gonna break your fucking face if you keep talking about my mom like that. It's fucking not cool.
Tyler, pump the brakes on the alpha male stuff, bro, dude.
We're
I was
going
just
to get
saying.
the night going, not to get it stopped.
I'm going to grab a 4-pack of Rockaberry coolers because your mom said she wouldn't mind pounding those tonight just to see what happens.
Those like, you know there's going to be a fight there. Already. Guys stirring it up in the what other guy's 2 cents.
Especially, do you know what the best part is?
What?
When you're on the deck at a cottage and you can tell boaters can't tell how far their voices carry.
Oh, yeah, you hear every word, for sure.
They're yelling over the sound of the engine and over the sound of hailing.
Yeah.
But imagine seeing a Taggart boat burrow by and hearing someone go, "How's your mom doing since the divorce, bot?" You know where that's going.
Okay. Now here's a...
great speedboat jam.
Here's another couple here. How about a couple? An older couple.
Okay.
They're crossing the lake going a little slower.
All right.
And husband and wife.
Glenn and Linda.
I'll be Linda. You be Glenn if you're Glenn.
All right.
You ready?
And does Linda get seasick?
No. Does she? Come on, they're living on the lake.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All
And
right.
Glenn,
Sure.
Glenn keeps trying to say, "Isn't this nice?" And she thinks otherwise. Here we go.
Okay. No, we really have to go, Glenn. I don't feel like getting out here again.
Linda, it's just a short drive across the lake to go say hello to your brother. He's going through a hard time. He was just laid off from Scotiabank. It's the least we could do is take some of your famous biscuits over to him.
Right.
You don't even have to get out of the boat. You could just toss your biscuits.
I can't stand this every time.
Linda, it's a figment of your imagination. Just keep your eye on the horizon, for mercy's sake.
Let's just go.
Do you want me to go faster? Does that help?
No, just take it easy. Why do you gotta go through the wake?
Linda, why are you the color of Kermit the Frog?
Because
It's not like it's a Taggart boat.
I'm not feeling well because I don't like going on the water, you idiot.
We're hardly on the water. It's a 16-foot
We're hardly on the
springbok
water.
with a 15.
That would explain why I'm hardly gonna puke all over your feet, Glenn.
Well, maybe if you didn't sneak white wine into your seltzer
Oh,
water
no,
starting at
it's about the
breakfast, you wouldn't be
drinking.
feeling this way.
Here we go again. Yep, I know what you're up to. Sure, I might snip a little bit of summer wine in the afternoon on a Saturday, but I know what you're doing at the Muskoka Bala shop. I know who you're
Wait,
talking
Linda.
to every single time. You're paying so much attention to her.
Linda, look, there's your brother. He's mowing the grass
Yeah,
with no
there's
shirt
my
on.
brother.
Hi, Tim!
What's her name again?
Tim.
What's her name again at the shop, the Muskoka shop in Bala?
Oh, Hartley Anna?
Yeah, exactly. Hardly ever. Hardly always. And I know people that have seen you in there other times.
Your brother
So
looks
shut up about my
dynamite.
stomach.
Here, Linda, take the wheel for a minute. I'm going to go wave to your brother. Hi, Tim! Tim! Hi! No, we just thought we'd bring over some biscuits and have a visit. Linda, why don't you drop me off here? I'm going to visit with Tim for a bit.
You're all just dying. Hey, Glenn's on watch.
Glenn's all about Tim. Glenn's all about Tim. He doesn't want some barfy old wife of 20 years barfing in the lake.
Oh, man.
He wants to get something going with Tim.
What about the girl at the Muskoka shop that she was claiming for you to have a relationship with on the side?
Hartley Anna? No, she's just a cover. She's a beard.
He's all about Tim. Jumps in the water.
Do you like speedboats, bud?
Well, do I like speedboats? Not really.
Yeah.
I don't
You
like
don't
to
like
go
the feeling of
fast.
the wind in your hair and the bugs in your teeth and all that?
No, I don't like going fast on the water. I went on a jet ski once in Myrtle Beach, and it sucked. I hated it.
Why?
because it was just like you're going quick and then you're being pounded against the water. I just didn't find it to be fun. Maybe it was because it was one of those shitty old ones.
Right.
I just didn't really care. If I'm gonna hang out on the beach, I'll just chill out in the water or whatever. I don't need to just fly across it at great speeds.
Seat technology has come a long way in jet skis and in bicycles. Padding is more of a consideration than it ever has been.
Yes. So here's the number 3. And okay, these are this is about those guys who think they know everything. Perhaps they're well-to-do business guys that just have it all together.
Sure.
In their own mind.
So, okay, you're my boss. And
No, we're both bosses. There's just the big Saturday hang with their bros.
Oh, okay, captains of industry.
Sure, yeah.
Got it. My name's Leith.
Your name's Lease?
Yeah, Leith.
And my name is Carp.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I just crush the bottom feeders.
Aww. Carp.
Okay, you ready, Lease?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's like they're both, all buff, but they're like 60, but they look 35. Their hair is all perfect.
And they're friends, but really they're competitors.
Yeah, okay, you ready? See how fast this thing can go, Lease. Let's get it up.
What do you have in there, 225?
335.
335. You know they're coming out with a new 336. A 336 that's supposed to be way better than the 335. I was looking at one.
Bikinis on wax. We're moving, bud.
Do you, where'd you get your aqua socks?
Same place.
Cool.
You know the one...
Scooters in town?
Whole Foods behind there, there's a little spot.
Yeah, the Scooters. That's where I used to get my aqua socks, but there's a new place now. I go there, actually. The owner is a buddy of mine. He called me before they even opened and came and said, come in and take whatever you want.
Yeah, I find if... my Bentley rides a little better with these socks.
Do you still have that Bentley?
Which one?
The 14?
I think I got rid of that one. I'm not sure. I have to check.
Oh, you don't even remember?
Something like that, at least. Something.
I'm a buddy of mine is the manager of the BMW dealership, and he called me and said, don't tell anybody, he said, but there's a car coming out in 17, and he said, I can get you one. There's one in North America, and he said, I will get it for you. It's a BMW 900 series. They don't even exist. They don't even exist yet, and he can get me one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Oh, I just call him Bud because that's how close we are. I don't even remember his name.
I have a little interest. I like BMWs.
Well, I can see if he can get you like a 2002, like from the 70s or something. That's probably more your speed.
But I don't know. I'm looking into a Ferrari that George Clooney owned.
Secondhand? That's gauche.
Well, secondhand. First-hand, cool guy though.
A buddy of mine actually played the synth, like not the main XLF riff, but he actually played like the synth on this track. Buddy of mine.
Do you want to see my Stradivarius in the back here in the cooler?
I brought a couple Stradivariuses too, but they're on shore. I brought 2 of them. New ones. Guess
how much these shorts cost?
Oh, I saw those on sale at Scooters. I saw those. They were in the markdown bin, weren't they?
It's the same version as like the fight in grade 6. What he's telling him. I saw those on sale.
Those dudes.
I saw those on sale as the ultimate.
Yeah, I saw those in the clearance bin. I was in there buying some Ocean Pacific shorts for a charity.
Yeah,
don't like those dudes.
Those guys are the D-baggers. Okay, now let's mellow things out with some 2 different folks.
Should we do a first date?
First date?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're the teenage girl. I'm the teenage boy. I've borrowed my parents' boat to impress you, but they don't even know. And I'm
Okay.
really nervous.
Okay. It's your parents' boat?
Yeah, you're a bad girl at school, and I'm a nerd, and I'm really nervous.
Oh, okay. Perfect. And I put on the music there. I just see
Yeah.
that. All right.
What's your name?
Jezebel.
Jez. And I'm Neil.
Neil. Okay.
Jez, do you, do you want to, should we, do you want to go out on the boat? Do you want to go on the boat?
Yeah, just put it on the boat. Let's get in here. Come on. Start it up. Figure it out, Neil. Let's go. You got anything to drink in here?
Let's just like sit on the dock in the boat at
let's
just chill.
Let's get in the boat. There's got to be a key in here somewhere. Here's a key. Go. Start it up.
Well,
let's go.
I want to be able to hear you, like our conversation.
Whatever. Get it. Let's move. Let's get out of here. Come on.
It's okay. Have you ever been on a cigarette boat before?
No, I haven't. But let's move. Here, they got some music too.
Okay.
What's this
just
stuff?
Not too loud because my parents are sleeping. I mean, it doesn't matter, but whatever.
Your parents like this stuff? Is from 1960s or something?
This is Tokyo Rose. My dad played this song all the time when I was growing up.
Okay, whatever.
Burling around in the Skoda.
This is kind of mellow.
Can you turn it down just a little bit? I just don't want to wake up the neighbors or whatever.
We're driving a cigarette boat, Neil.
I know, but I think it sounds like tougher in low gear.
Why don't you take off your sweater? It's warm. You have big muscles, Neil. I didn't know you worked out so much. Do you work out a lot?
I have an allergy to pollen, and I just find that my nipples get chafed if they're exposed to the air.
That's kind of cool. Let's see what happens.
Oh dear.
Take your shirt. Ooh, you do have muscles. I didn't even think you did. I thought you had a dad bod.
Well, those physics textbooks aren't going to lift themselves. You know what I mean?
What are you reading books like that and looking like that? I thought you were a nerd, but you're actually pretty good, Neil. Pretty hot.
Jess, can I ask you something?
Yeah?
What made you ask me out tonight anyway? I mean, I'm a nerd, everybody thinks at least, and you're like one of the cool girls, and I don't even know what you see in me.
I figured you'd probably keep it going when you've probably never been with too many people, and you probably, I don't know, really want to get down. I'm
Jess,
ready if you are,
me?
kid. I'll show you something, Neil. You won't forget it. Let's do this.
Oh, I don't know if I'm ready for that.
Oh, yes, you are. I can tell.
Oh, dear. I thought you were a girl.
I am a girl, and I'm waiting. Look.
You know how that story ends?
What?
She jumps in the lake, he jumps in after her, and the cigarette boat's still in gear. and it just burrows down the lake and goes right into scooters.
She jumps out of the boat.
Jez is trouble.
Yeah, it looks like Neil was really not prepared for that kind of an evening.
Hey, I'm sitting in my Airstream.
Oh, yeah.
Because I thought the sound might be good here, and it started pouring rain, and I don't know if you'll be able to hear the pouring rain on the tin roof.
Well, that's some Canadianity right there.
But it's pretty cozy in here, I won't lie. Today's the first day of Trailer Park Boys Season 10, so I have my Airstream in the driveway because I'm getting it ready to ship her out to set, bud.
Nice. Hey, so are you ready for the number one jet boat speedboat jam?
Yep. These guys are taking the boat to get breakfast in the morning after being up all night.
Oh, nice.
Right?
Okay. And it's, what's your name?
Kyle.
Okay, my name's Cap.
Cap?
Yeah.
Oh.
Cap and Kyle.
All right.
All right?
Yep.
Cap, we gotta get this boat back. Seriously, bud.
Wait, you're Cap. I'm Kyle, dude.
Kyle, I gotta get in the boat. We gotta.
Dude, last night was so crazy. I couldn't even believe it when I saw the sun come up, bro. I was like, what?
How come you're so up, dude? I'm done.
Dude, it's because I went through the valley of being tired, but now I'm just wide awake, bro. Look at that sunrise.
Did you go behind the tree with that weirdo that said he was gonna get everybody up?
Yeah, but dude, I don't even know what I was like. Okay, whatever, bud. I'll just adjust whatever's in your hand. And but it was awesome.
Oh man, I need some breakfast, like some serious, like.
I'm gonna pound. Hey,
greasy fried
Cap,
stuff.
Listen to what I'm gonna pound. I'm gonna pound pancakes and waffles if they have them. I'm gonna pound some toast. I'm also gonna pound some eggs. I'm gonna get sausage and bacon, and dude, I'm even gonna get ham, and dude, I'm gonna get some cereal, and dude, I'm gonna have porridge, and dude, I'm gonna even see if they have lunch, and dude, I'm gonna get a BLT, and I'm gonna get like a club sandwich and fries.
Shut up! Then you're like not gonna sleep, and you're gonna be like.
Dude, no, wait. Then I'm gonna get a belly rub, and I'm gonna get someone to tell me I'm a big eater, and I'm gonna pass out, and I'm gonna have a nap, and then I'm gonna wake up and finish the food that I didn't even eat, dude.
I'm so banged up still, but I'm not banged up enough. I'm gonna have a Caesar, man.
Dude, look at that cigarette boat. Like, nobody's behind the wheel, and it's going like 3 knots.
Whoa. What are you talking about?
Isn't that nerd's dad's boat?
Kyle.
Neil?
You're way too zapped, man. You need to chill out. You're like...
Dude, I'm not even zapped, dude. You need to get up. It's a cottage weekend, bruh.
You need to relax, man. You're killing me. You're like on electric fence.
Why don't you go lie down and like sleep it off or whatever, and like when you wake up, maybe you'll be a human again, dude. I'm just trying to savor like every single like nice thing about like today.
If I let you drive this boat, you're gonna take us into an island in a minute.
Dude, don't even worry about it. You just lie down. Let me drive the boat.
I don't like Kyle at all.
Me neither.
He is a coked out
I'm
psychopath.
worried about those guys. I'm worried about those guys.
Oh, power stations. I'm like,
hey, Taggy.
What?
We're 32 minutes in, bud. We have to take a little break on TNT.
All right.
That was a great top 5. But stick around. We're going to get into some of your letters, some of the games you played as kids that you sent in as a result of last week's conversation. And there's even more fun stuff coming down the pipe. Don't go away. Night.
Where's my beer chair? And we're back. It's part 2 of part 1, number 42.
So I think we should be honest with the people and tell them what happened.
Yes.
Because I think the people would expect nothing less from us.
Yes, that's
So
true.
yesterday, I hitched on my Airstream to the truck, and I was sitting in the driveway doing the podcast with you. I had a few hours before I was supposed to be in at work on Trailer Park Boys. It was pouring rain, as I mentioned.
Yep.
Then the phone rings during the show, because I still don't really understand how to turn it off. And it was them saying, it's raining so hard, we have to take the scenes that we were shooting outside and move on to ones that are inside, so can you come right away? So I had to abandon the podcast, had to drive into work, and so today, part 2, I'm actually doing from my new closet studio under the basement stairs. So if it sounds a little different, I'm hoping it sounds a little better.
Yeah.
But I haven't done any of the egg carton foam baffling yet.
It sounds contained.
Does it? Is that good? Is that what you want?
Sounds like you're in a room not too big.
Yeah, it's
I think
tiny.
you're all right. I don't know. We'll see.
There's no air circulation in here. Are you sure this is safe?
It's a little warm in the Harry Potter room there?
It is.
Is it?
Did you have any ventilation in yours?
There's not a lot of room under the stairs for air.
The great thing is we have just outside the door to this closet, we've had 2 chairs with a little table in between it, and it's not like people need a rest on the walk from the little library area to the TV area. So they haven't really served a purpose, but now they're the waiting room for my little closet studio.
Yeah, if you ever have a guest.
Yeah.
They can wait outside in the green room.
Hi, I'll be right with you guys. I just have to hit the post real quick, and I'll be right here. Have a seat.
What kind of snacks would we put in the T&T green room?
Well, you'd put Chicago mix.
Oh, yes, definitely.
And I'd probably put, Carol makes cookie sandwiches.
Cookie sandwich.
Like if a cookie wasn't enough, you have to take 2 cookies and then put an inch of sugar between them. They're so good.
That's classic.
And they're like doorstops. You can barely get through one, but...
Wow.
Yeah.
So a couple of those cookies and then you're good to go. Some
couple cookie sandwiches will take the edge off real quick.
That's classic.
We haven't talked about our debut on News Talk 1010.
No, Thursday nights from 10 to 12. And we're excited. We did one. It was fun.
It was fun.
It's a little like it's Toronto. It's topical. It's good times. A little different than the pod. But we're on the radio. We have a flag in the ground, Bod.
We do, and we also have to do things like hit actual posts. Like there's actual news and actual traffic reports and stuff, and it has to happen at the appointed time. Like
phone calls.
The mechanics of it are more traditional radio, like terrestrial radio. What we do on the podcast is extraterrestrial, I guess.
Yeah, more like JT phone home.
But hey, nice one. But it's been interesting to try to bring our tone to News Talk, right?
Yes, and I'm looking forward to growing on the station and just getting a feel for it because it's 2 hours.
Yep.
It's a little different, and like I said, it's not we don't just kind of shoot the breeze as much. There's a little more, I guess, tension because of the signposts that we need to be continually hitting.
Right.
So, yeah.
If you ever, remember how I talked about folks that do commercials and take a drink of Sprite and beam at the camera and how much respect I have for them?
Yeah, yeah.
The hosts that do talk radio by themselves, and especially when it's like you have a 3-minute window and just talk about public transit.
Yeah.
You listen to them like it's such a skill. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Am I?
Jim Richards. Jim Richards is real good at that.
Having a conversation with yourself for 3 hours,
and it's not and keeping it interesting and not just trying to waffle air. That's the difference. Yeah. Well, actually, 1010 has plenty of talents like that. Mr. Bullard is very good at that.
Sure.
Jerry Agar is pretty good at talking.
Yeah.
There's a slew of them over there that just have the mad skill. Even if it's not talking politics in the city, the sports fellas are just as good on TSN. So yeah, it's a tough skill to go on and on with reason.
But I like it.
Yes.
Mostly what I would want to do is just take calls for 2 hours because that is, just what interests me as a human.
Yes.
But I think as long as the things that we talk about are born out of, even in some kind of long, reachy way, born out of things that are happening in the news, then I think we'll be fine.
Yes.
But there's probably less room for, oh man, remember Crash Test Dummies?
Yeah, no. Although as much as you and I love that, people get angry really easily. Yeah. When you talk like that on the radio.
Yeah, there were some nice texts and emails, but you said there were a few like, I'll give it 3 more minutes.
Yeah, no, that's true. There was a bunch of good ones, but then those ones like, what am I listening to?
Right.
You can just see that type of person that just is not used to our back and forth way of chatter.
Well, to that end, it's so much easier when you're angry to stop and take time to write a letter or email or text or whatever saying, what the hell is this? It takes so much more effort to write something positive. For some reason, it's just human nature. But that's kind of a nice segue into some of the letters that we want to share this week because, as you might recall, last week we were talking about Toss the Boot and other childhood games.
Yeah.
Choke
was a good one. Yeah.
Windbag,
the Sobeys bag chaser.
And Carol and I read aloud some of these emails that you forwarded to us on the drive back, and we were just howling because it just speaks to how ingenious kids are coming up with games. Like you have a rock and some baler twine, and it's hours of fun. So we thought we'd read a few of the letters because they're so funny. This would be those wonderful.
the beauty of time on your hands, which is rare now with technology and kids, and creativity, the games that children come up with.
The games people play.
Yeah.
This one's from Warren Mulvey. We weren't kids per se when we played this game, but I think it's still worth sharing. My buds, Nick and John, and I were hanging out one day with nothing to do when we were 18 or 19. We found an old Snapple bottle and a long piece of speaker wire at the side of the road. So John tied the wire around the neck of the bottle and began dragging it behind him and pretended the bottle was his pet dog. It was funny at first, but the joke went on for hours as we walked around the neighborhood. Finally, the bottle hit a curb a little hard and it smashed. And John cradled the broken bits in his hands and feigned sobbing while people walked by, aghast. Once he stopped sobbing, pretty sure we went to John's parents' place and got banged up at 3 in the afternoon. A few days later, John showed up at my door with a new bottle and the same speaker wire leash, but he managed not to smash his new pet while we walked around that day. Thanks for the great show, guys. Keep up the great work.
Weird, eh?
It's weird, but I love that everyone just got into it. Everyone's into the spirit of it, and it just is his pet dog.
Yeah, it was like just the inanimate object that grew a soul by virtue of the game.
Yeah. This one's from Tony. I used to create rock mansions and put the old rubber wrestlers and Hot Wheels in them. Then I would throw slightly bigger rocks on the mansion and see who could technically survive. Good times, imagination land.
The old, the natural selection wrestling.
Yeah.
That's
I love
classic.
that, like, you make a mansion, you have a mansion going, then you think, oh, maybe I'll put some Hot Wheels in there, and then suddenly it just evolves even another step.
Yeah, it looks like there's an earthquake. Oh, and the Iron Sheik didn't make it.
I love this one from Kevin Petty. In Indian Head, Saskatchewan, we used to play a game on my buddy's farm where we stacked up old tires on the end of an old rusty auger.
Unreal.
Then we'd climb to the top of the auger to bring it down. As a few of us held the auger down, one person would let go, shooting the others up. One time we thought it'd be funny to all let go and send our skinniest friend to the top. He couldn't hang on when it banged to a stop at the top. He fell pretty hard. There wasn't a very good grip because it's just round. Most fun we ever had growing up. Want to go play on the auger? Big fan of the show, Kevin.
Like, imagine if something went wrong there. It would be like the story they told about the friend that they lost playing that game.
Well, yeah.
Talk about dangerous.
So dangerous.
Yeah.
And I love that the parents are like far enough away, letting them get into trouble that nobody's hovering saying, get down from the auger!
Yeah, hey, you guys want to go play on the auger for hours until someone just sneaks death?
I love the country ones for some reason. This one from Joe Archer. When you were talking about boredom games, it got me thinking of the dumb things myself and my brothers did. I'm the youngest of 4 sons and lived out in the country, so we had our fair share of dumb activities. One instance of a boredom game we had wasn't really a game, but just something to do called Back to the Future. It was where my one brother, Denzel, would wear my dad's big rubber boots. We'd get an old recycled tin can and fill it halfway with gasoline. We'd then light the can on fire, and he would proceed to run at the can and kick it pretty close to as hard as he could. This would cause a huge flame to fill the air and also leave a nice trail of fire on the ground, just like the DeLorean.
That's classic, too.
Gas, children, and fire.
It left a big line of fire in the ground, just like Back to the Future.
Yeah.
That's so, like, child-esque, bringing
I know.
In, like, a movie.
The name is the best part.
Trying to, like, soften the madness by using a film title.
Yeah.
That's great.
This one from Philip. When I was around 10, a buddy and I used to play a game where we could take turns throwing rocks at each other while the other person shielded himself with a trash can lid. We'd go into the gravel alley behind his house and stand about 10 yards away from each other. One person would yell out the type of gun, rifle, machine, spread, and the other person would have to shield himself from the oncoming rocks. A rifle meant you threw one rock, a machine gun was several rocks, one at a time, and the spread gun was a handful of rocks thrown all at once. It was a blast, we were dumb, and it's a miracle we still have 2 functioning eyes.
The spread gun.
I know.
How about that?
When would you ever not call the spread?
Like, I remember fooling around with rocks me and Jetson one day, and just the idea of where you think you're mad even if you're playing, and you think, like, I'm going to throw a rock and try and hit him, and then you do, Like, I threw it and I hit my brother in the head with a rock, like a real big rock. And I was like, as soon as it hit him, I was like, oh my God, this is like the stupidest thing I've ever done.
The
But
rock
until
throwing is a whole nother level.
Yeah, crazy. Like, what were you thinking? And, you know, you hear the noise and then you're like, oh my God, my brother's been hit in the head with a rock, and we're doing that as a game. And now we're going to the hospital because he's got a cut on his head.
I mean, we take shots on each other, like hockey shots, street hockey shots, in the winter with a frozen tennis ball with no helmet on. That's pretty risky.
Mm-hmm.
It's a wonder that didn't ever end worse. Or when the orange balls came in and they were frozen, they would hurt.
So hard those things would get.
And especially, like, for street hockey goalie pads,
Yeah.
if it wasn't like a Labatt's Blue box, it was some old, thin pillows or something.
Yeah. The old jogging pants with the extra pants shoved in the legs.
Yeah. Wow, I never saw that one.
Yeah. That's greasy.
Are you going to be Goldie? This one from Michael. We had a similar one to throw the boot. We'd get a couple buds in a room, and we'd make the room real dark and just start throwing hacky sacks around the dark till everyone loses.
Yeah. That's a good one.
It's a good game.
It's a little less painful than chuck the boot, but the darkness adds a quality that I never had.
This one from John King. I had a good childhood game to share. My friends and I used to take our bow and arrow and shoot it up into the air, while another bud would have to try to catch it on a piece of styrofoam. The odd time you lose the arrow in the sun and everybody runs. Still surprises me we all made it this far.
That's crazy. That could be the craziest one yet.
I know. I love it.
Because not only are you dealing with, like, someone dying, but the possibility of, like, manslaughter.
Well, the funny theme in all these emails is, man, it's a wonder nobody died. Ah, good times.
Yeah, that's almost as good as my dad when he was in New York, when he was in the gang, that the junior Bakujis. They actually had a group of dudes that were like those old 50s style gangs. This was the 50s in the Bronx. Mm-hmm. And literally there was like the smart nerd science guy and like the tough guy. They like had each, coordinated people. And the science guy rigged up an actual electric chair in this like basement of their hideout. And my dad, being the young new Scottish guy that arrived, he got the first test. So they put my dad in this like rigged up electric chair and gave him a few shots on the thing. He said he couldn't believe it. He almost died.
Whoa.
Like, that's next level.
So was he like Bowser from Sha Na Na, like hair slicked back and everything?
Totally, yeah, like that gang, like the Bowery Boys, like the gang. Well, than that, a little younger than that, but yeah. Like they would like roll barrels down on guys, like on staircases at the backs of buildings, and just really hardcore stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how did he get out? Like, it's hard to get out, right?
Well, he just survived. They fired it on and off a couple times, and he was probably smoking. Imagine.
Crazy.
Yeah, he could have easily died. I think they like rigged it up to like the lighting of the basement or something. Just
did I ever tell you I was driving through Venice, California, in a side street, and I saw the laser on my chest?
Really?
Did I ever tell you that? Yeah.
That's fun, eh?
Well, I was asking my friend about it. I said, "What is the laser on my chest?" And they said, "Oh, dude, you're on the wrong street. Your first one's free, but next time that's a bullet. Out you go."
Yeah, nice.
Whoa.
I didn't know Venice had that side.
Venice 13, man. They're Bad News Bears.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not like a ragtag bunch of misfits like the Bad News Bears. They're actually
a little more tough.
Yeah, a little more tough.
The Bad News Bears out. The only time I was at Venice was when I got stuck in a guy's place, a weed dealer's place with Frank Stallone for 3 hours. How about that?
Come on.
Sitting there, hanging out, and like all of a sudden Frank Stallone walks in and wants to smoke a couple joints.
So did he get into like, you think you got problems? My brother's more famous than me.
Yeah. And he was like, telling me how he's the guy behind the guy kind of deal.
Wow.
Because he was the one who did all the music for Rocky and anything that Sylvester did, he had a hand in. So it was just Frank's life and how to do it through Frank while he's having many rips.
It's the weird thing about that town because you see folks mostly on the way down or at the bottom. Like I used to see Mickey Rourke every day or two at a breakfast place I went to, and it was before, what was it, The Boxer, the movie that brought him back, the fighter?
Yep. Yeah.
And he was hard times, man.
Yeah.
Scraping money together to pay for breakfast and stuff. I used to see Michael Richards all the time, post Seinfeld, and he was pretty down on himself.
Nice.
It would be weird, wouldn't it? To go from being on Seinfeld to being on unemployment.
Well, and then, yeah, and to be, like, I don't know if you can share that one, but that one of those two superstars that were, like, after their rise, crying together in the kitchen together, that one was spectacular.
Yeah, I don't feel great naming them because I'd be selling my friend who was there down the river, but imagine two of the biggest A-list comedians you can imagine sitting at the kitchen table trading You Think You Got It Bad stories.
And then crying about it.
Yeah. Like both multi-congooglionaires. Not that it's about money.
No.
But in their case, you'd think I've said this before, you just tap out. Hey, I did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did it. I'm going to coast now.
No, let's
like
just
country star
here.
Kenny Chesney, who lives on an island in the down south, you know.
Or Sammy Hagar going down to Cabo Wabo, riding ATVs on the beach, counting your money.
I don't think you can get into Cabo Wabo with sleeves on your t-shirt. I think the dress code is tank top and board shorts.
Or fire teeth tattoos.
Or sunglasses on the back of your neck. You know those guys?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like the Guy Fieri guys.
Yeah, like sunglasses on your head is douche adjacent. Sunglasses on the back of your neck is full douchebag.
Could that Guy Fieri guy be the most greasy guy ever in American history of TV shows?
Yes, but he's a chef. I guess I think that means he has some degree of culture or something. I don't know.
Because he can make something tasty.
Yeah, make something kind of artistic and whatever. But he certainly, if you saw him outside the Dry Humpery in Vegas, you would think, oh man, that poor dude.
I've heard some funny stories about that guy. Like they have to get, like, if there's young women on set, they got to get rid of them. Because he'll just, like, talk their head off or, like, stare at them. And they won't be able to get through a scene.
What a sin.
Yeah. Yikers Island.
Yikers Island. It's the worst kept secret in town, and it'll probably be all over the place by the time this potty comes out. But Tom Arnold and Snoop Dogg are on Trailer Park this week.
That's classic.
And I haven't been in. I'm about to go in 10 minutes or so. But they've been, by all accounts, happy to be here, having a ball, super nice. They're both apparently fans of the show, and that's why they came.
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
I can see him doing that. Tom Arnold, he's all over the place, that guy. You never know what you're going to get with Tom Arnold.
Yeah, and he apparently loves Trailer Park Boys and just wanted to be in it. So, I mean, they're certainly not traveling to Truro, Nova Scotia for the money.
Yeah.
So it must be
Is he clean and sober now, the Tom Arnold?
Oh, I think so. I think he has been for a long time.
Because he snorted up half of Peru.
And he's you could spit through him.
Yeah.
He turns sideways. Yeah. You can't even see him.
He's a string bean?
Yeah. It's like a thermometer. Turns sideways and disappears.
So he just hacks darts all day and he's got super white teeth?
I don't know about that. I think he's tanned and I think he has white teeth.
Yeah.
Maybe plays some tennis. I don't know.
You ever notice that? How some of those actors, they end up all chalk white teeth but hack darts all day?
Because they have fake teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Dr. Chompers in Beverly Hills does them all.
Like those kids from Full House just hacking darts, those two girls. They're like 20, but they're...
Who, the Olsen twins?
Yeah, they have to get white teeth or fake teeth already from the darts.
Dude, apparently Ashley Olsen has Lyme disease.
Oh, that sucks.
And apparently Avril Lavigne does too.
That's like one of the worst things you can get in terms of, because you're just tired all the time.
Well, I know you get it from ticks, but is that the only way you can get it? Like, where's Ashley Olsen running into a tick?
Yeah, I know. It must have been from some hipster sweater. Some Civil War, some Civil War reenactor type guy from like Mumford and Sons.
Aww.
He was like rolling around in the heather, and that's how he got the tick in his shirt.
Aww.
And then he ended up at the Delta Chelsea for 3 days.
Oh, what a sin. He got a tick in his beard at Stagecoach Music Festival.
Yeah.
And then he necked her at a Denny's.
Yes. He picked it up at Bonnaroo.
That's
backstage rolling around in the mud.
That's what you get for hauling a road strange, Ashley.
Exactly.
Which one was there? One of them was there when Heath, or was like Heath's first call, Heath Ledger, when he OD'd, weren't they?
Yeah, right?
Or was he renting one of their apartments?
Yeah, they were probably just crushing pills back and forth and hacking butts.
Hacking butts and crushing pills should be the name of our book.
Throwing pills like across the room with their mouth open, like one
like
each.
Tic Tacs.
Yeah,
carrying pills around in Costco Tic Tac containers.
He's like, you never miss, Ashley. She's like fired 7. It's like, maybe we should stop. No, keep going. No, stop.
It's like Pac-Man. They just set up pills on the counter. No. She probably spits them from her mouth into his mouth.
Yeah. She likes the sour coating, and then she fires it out of her mouth like a sunflower seed, like Babe Ruth.
They probably play that game like our bud, where you can call rifle, machine gun.
Yeah.
Right?
Or spread, which is like three oxys.
Oh my gosh.
Three.
This is the problem with the United States.
You soften the coating on the Adderall so it slips right down Heath's throat.
This is a problem with the States. I had some dental work done, and they said, do you want 50 or 100 Vicodin? I'm like, what? This is a minor procedure. So 100? Sure.
Yeah. 50 or 100, meaning like 25 is probably all you need, but let's get this guy really addicted to pills.
Let's get it going.
Yeah.
Well,
let's get let's get big pharma on this guy.
It's nothing to Advil liquid gels wouldn't have taken the edge off.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. But you need to be floating when you have a toothache.
I'm going to tell you something. You can't win the battle against prescription drugs.
No. There's too many people hopped on it.
And like as a bowl of party favors on a coffee table at a college party, like what's it called where you just take a handful of whatever's in there? It's like an all-you-can-eat buffet of prescription meds.
Wouldn't that like put you to church? Fire you down? Is that smart? Isn't that how Jim Morrison died?
Well, I mean, it depends on your definition of smart. Is shooting an arrow up into the air and trying to catch it on a piece of styrofoam smart? Or is it just a different kind of dumb?
I don't know. I'd say that's up there with a handful of whatnot pills.
Yeah.
Then you end up like About Schmidt sitting on the couch just moaning. Or that story of I can't say who it was, but the rock star. And I think Smith was with him. And they went to a party, and he went right to the medicine cabinet and found a bottle of liquid codeine.
Yeah.
And was like, all right. And like crushed the whole thing. And
Let's
then just
get it going.
Proceeded to be like sitting and passed out, like awake kind of on the couch for the rest of the party. That's good times.
Man, that's not where you start.
Oh man, liquid codeine. Oh yes.
That's not where you board the pharma train. That's the last stop.
Oh, man. Liquid codeine. That's like a superhero.
What's that in your beard, Levon? It looks like an ant. but with more substantial legs and a harder shell. I don't know. It's probably just some leftover chipotle. Oh my god, it's moving. It's a tick.
Levon.
His real name was Dan, but he changed it to Levon when he bought the sweater. If you buy a sweater at Urban Outfitters, they give you a hipster name that goes with it.
Yeah.
Cabbage Patch Kid styles.
Yeah, your name was Andrew, now it's Lindor.
Like the chocolate. Everyone has a chocolate name. My chocolate name's Lint, but with the silent D. Hey, I heard Lint and Lindor rent a cottage in Muskoka with their parents' money. Do you want to go to the party?
Hey, I got this new cotton shirt with these suspenders, and I got a new name. It's Hawkins.
Do you guys know if Cadbury's coming this weekend?
Is Cadbury? You know this Cadbury's place. Go to Cadbury's.
Hey, do you guys know Nougat's phone number?
Nougat. Nougat.
Nougat and Cadbury.
Oh man, that's chocolate hipsters, man.
Chipsters.
The worst kind.
Oh yeah, they're the worst.
Yeah, you don't want to come across a Cadbury in the summer.
No.
Oh. Some other, hey, Reese's. Come on over, Reese's.
Reese and Cadbury. Yeah, apparently Nougat chartered a riverboat for this weekend.
That'd be a good band.
So
like
sick.
Nougat and Reese's. The Reese's.
I don't want to see them in concert ever.
15 banjos and a bass drum.
Yeah,
they even have they have a washboard and a guy doing juice harp. Why not, eh?
Yeah. What does he play? What do you mean? Nothing. He's just in a band.
Oh, he just plays that thing with the string on it and the barrel at the bottom.
He just he breathes into a mic from the 40s. That's all he does.
He just plays the jug. Yeah, he's got the woo 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 blowing into the jug guy.
Or he has a mic up to his stomach, and
his name's
it just plays the stomach growls.
Oh, Henry.
Yeah, it's not Henry. It's O. Henry. Guys, where's Flaky? He's late again.
Flaky. Oh wow!
All right, Lindor. Good chatting, bud.
Hey, good chatting, bud.
I'll chat with you next week, okay, Lindor?
Great chatting with you, Carp. I'll talk to you next week on 43.
Oh, that's horny, bud.
Yeah, bud.
Let me ask you this right quick, you know what I mean?